Welcome everyone. Thank you, Rick, for the introduction. My name is Funman Andy, Atlassian Community Champion, Atlassian customer since 2010, etc., etc. All things Atlassian and technology and having fun. And Rick invited me to do the Team 25 recap because I was there in Anaheim and he really wanted me to come and share the expertise. And I've got something really fun for all of you today. It's in the name, apparently, because a lot of team recaps and summit recaps in the past is just something that Atlassian has prepared and gives the leaders and it's bulleted and it's just, oh, this happened, that happened. But thanks to a lot of the work that Funning and I do with the System of Work team, Dom Price, Mark Kruth, Sven Peters, they do a lot of fun stuff at team, like recording people's reactions to keynotes. So what I managed to do with Atlassian is get the official keynote video off of them, plus their keynote slide deck, and managed to work out how to truncate 90 minutes into a 15-minute video. And we'll pause it every now and then because I would like to tell you how people reacted in Anaheim and what the thoughts and feelings and emotions were. But I also would like to get you all involved as well to really make you think about how you are reacting and what your thoughts and emotions are as you see the big announcements from the team. There's two goals I want to do today with this presentation. The first one is to convince you to go off and go watch the full video online on demand. It is 90 minutes. It's very nicely segmented between Mike's section, Anu, president of Atlassian, and the customer interview with the CTO, Mateus from Domino's. Very, very cool interview. Unfortunately, I have to be very time efficient, so I've chosen, for me, what I think from that Anaheim experience is the best experience for you right now in the next 40 minutes or so. Therefore, goal number one, I really want you to go off and be like, yeah, I want to learn more, I want to see the full thing, break it up into the 3 segments, and over the next week or so, watch it bit by bit. The second goal is for you to really go away with a takeaway to actually go do something about this. And I'll explain that more at the end. Once you've seen everything, you'll understand that a little bit more, but those are the 2 goals that we're going to achieve today. So, to get going, I'm doing something for the first time ever, which is use a video, not a slide deck, so there's lots of pausing. So, welcome in Amsterdam! We are bringing Anaheim to you here, to alle lokale mensen. Goedemiddag. Hello. Who here is Dutch? Who here is Dutch speaking? Ja, jongens, heel goed. We'll do, for the purpose of anyone who is not fluent in Dutch, we'll do this all in English. But yes, so I love to take Atlassian's official branding and do whatever the hell I want with it. So of course, welcome in Amsterdam today. But yeah, we're going to talk all things Team 25 Anaheim. So let's get going with the first announcement that Mike had live on stage. And all being well, the sound should work.
For decades, Atlassian has been unleashing the potential of your technical teams, your developers, IT teams, and product teams. But that's not enough. They're not the only teams in your building. As you grow and scale, the teams in your organization get disconnected and grow apart. Different teams work in different tools. Knowledge silos slow you down, and going to market with your products and services becomes a bigger and bigger challenge. To turn teamwork into a full competitive advantage, you have to get all your teams on the same page and light up the connections between them.
All right, so what I noticed in Anaheim, a lot of nodding heads, everyone understanding. Companies are big, even the small ones have troubles with their silos and stuff like that. Everyone feeling that pain of disconnected teams. Hands up, who here saw that previous image with all the teams all over the building and recognized it immediately and thought, oh yeah, I either work at a company like that or I've worked there before? And who is okay with saying how frustrating that feels? TK, you want to say something about how frustrating that is? No. I think everyone can agree, very frustrating, right? So immediately the keynote starts with a bang, gives something that the entire room, no matter what department they work in, whatever field, etc., something they can all relate to very, very well. Now this drawing comes up a lot throughout the keynote, but I've taken all 3 and put them one after the other because the entire keynote is in this 3 segments, starting with the infrastructure, going through the teamwork graph, and then the platform apps. So each section of the keynote really dives into those 3 different topics. It's very, very nicely segmented, and so you just really see what Atlassian strategy is all about, where they're aiming for, and all of that good stuff. Right. Mike then goes on in a segment of about 3 minutes to talk about how Atlassian is delivering all of that building, the cohesion between teams and everything like that. And that is, if you don't know, Atlassian calls it the system of work. So it's their entire philosophy of how they use their technology to empower businesses and the people that work for those businesses. And they do that with their 4 main pillars. They don't use the word pillar, sorry. So they do that in these 4 areas, which is aligning work to goals, plan and track work, unleash knowledge, and, you guessed it, make Andy intelligence part of the team. So AI, of course. Who here's heard of AI? Yeah, all of you, of course. Lots of AI throughout the keynote. So let's get into the next section and how they do that.
In the cloud, though, we've completely rebuilt all the products you know as a series of interconnected apps, powered by the one Atlassian cloud platform. Your data is no longer locked in as product silos, it's in the teamwork graph, our intelligent data store. That means your data is shared across all apps, and capabilities like AI, and search, automation and analytics operate across all your data, not just a small part of it. You also get way more apps in the cloud, and they're neatly organized by the teams they serve and the value they provide. For example, Jira, Confluence, and Loom form the basis of organizational collaboration and event for all teams, where our specialized apps are for specialized teams. And finally, you also get shared platform apps that are consistent across the portfolio. They provide fundamental views into your system of work. You no longer have siloed home experiences. There's a singular home app, and it knows everything that's going on with your first and third-party apps.
All right. So before this, there was a segment talking all about silos. It goes on for a bit, so I decided to cut that out. But yeah, taking that building concept, taking all the different silos within companies and pulling it all together, this is how Atlassian envisages it from their technical stack. Teamwork graph, the platform apps, and then the strategy that all comes on top of that. Now here's an interesting one. If you look at this diagram, who recognizes the most logos and thinks they could potentially name all of them? Anyone recognizes any of this at all? No? Some? Let's do a quick show of hands because that would be really easy so we don't pick on anyone. Who's ever heard of the teamwork graph? Okay, a few. So that's a big part of we'll show a little bit of that later. That's a big part of the keynote. The new platform apps. Who recognizes any of these logos? Even if it's just one? Francine? Mark? You two are in Anaheim, so that would make sense. Let's do one of the easier ones. Who recognizes all of these 3? Have you got any swag giveaways for today?
Bottle notice.
So, who's actually using any of this, even if it is just one product? Who's already using one? Yeah. So, who wants to say what they're using, what they do recognize, and what they're using? Yeah, perfect. Is anyone here proactively using Loom? Very nice. Sometimes. Jira product discovery. Okay, cool. So there's a lot for you to learn today, which is very exciting.
Now, all these superpowers come with upgrading to the Atlassian cloud. But the superpower you'll be most excited to unlock is Rovo. Rovo's been available for 6 months now to bring world-class AI-powered enterprise search, chat, and agents to our customers. It's critical to our goal to make AI part of your team, so you can stay competitive in your industry. And that's why we've put Rovo at the very center of our portfolio, to complement our apps with AI agents that can drive each of your team's pace of execution to the next level. In the next 60 minutes, we'll take you through the experience of working with apps and agents in the Atlassian System of Work.
All right, the grand scheme of everything, the thing at the center, Rovo. He said 60 minutes, I've only got another 25 or so we won't be doing that. But who here's already using Rovo? Yeah? How's it going for you?
So, okay, I'm not using it fully in depth.
Yeah?
Some bits and pieces,
Okay.
for descriptions or comments or confluence.
Excellent. I'm
Not the next step. So
Yeah.
the agents.
Yeah.
I'm not using that.
Okay, cool. Agents is very, very nice. On purposefully, because it's such a long segment, I've removed the part that talks about agents and shows all the fake it till you make it marketing. So that's definitely something you want to go and check out on the on-demand. But it's great what you said, sir, about not fully in depth. And I think that this is a common theme for Atlassian. And so hopefully I will trigger you by the end of this session to actually go do something about it, not fully in depth. This is a lot, right? Put up your hand if your company is not using all of this in its entirety. All right, and on one or two hands, indicate in years, one finger per year, how long you think it would take your company to if it was to fully adopt all of this, the whole entire stack, all of the new toys, Rovo agents. How many years do you think it would take you if you started today for your company to implement it? I'm seeing some 10s, has anyone got their feet up for 15? I'm seeing, yeah, that almost looks like an infinity loop, right? Yeah, exactly. So it's very big, it's a lot, there's a lot of ideas and information. So hopefully today will help you, through this keynote recap, work out what to do next.